Hey, I'm starting this video. This is like the 10th time I've tried to start it, I'm not gonna lie. And yeah, so let's just get into it. My name's Ashley. I'm doing tarot, I'm doing oracle messages for us, and I'm in my car and it's raining. So hopefully this is a great time for you. Hopefully it's a peaceful message. Couple things I wanted to start off by saying. There were like a few symbols every time I get situated to do a reading in my car. I try to pick up on the environment around me, and there are a few things that stood out. One, the color red. Two, eagles. Three, chase, like the verb to chase. And then court. So whatever court looks like in your mind. These things might be something significant to you. But let's go ahead and start pulling some cards. I want to start by thanking our angels, our ancestors, our spirit guides, earth, God, whatever that is, right? Love, I don't know. Whatever, everyone has a different idea, and that's all that really matters. So I just want to say thank you all for bringing this message forward to us for our highest good. Please do not show us anything that is not meant for us. Ooh, okay, cool. We have our first card, which is the Knight of Swords. Has to do with the number 3. Opening to communication, groups, and growth are common themes. If you see this picture right here, that Knight of Wands is, Knight of Swords. He is like, dude, I got this, and the horse is like, you sure, bro? Basically. But anyways, the Knight is represented through like air. So like think Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and same thing with Swords. So this Knight is really in his element. And this is what the message says to us. You are strong, energetic, and ready to take on the world. You have a fearless, ambitious, competitive, logical, scientific, skillful, brave, and clever outlook on life right now, which sounds lovely. The horse is a little bit worried, potentially like, how to stop things safely, maybe. So be ready for the slowdown, you know what I mean? Okay, whatever that means to you. And then the next card we got was the High Priestess, but she is in reverse. So this is talking about hidden motives, superficiality, confusion, short-sightedness, and ignorance. So I think this message is definitely like, I don't want to say you're gonna slow down, because something's gonna be like record scratch, like, oh my god, hidden motives come out, something happens to you, situation. So I would just be very careful of who is promising you anything right now. Just, think about motives. I think that's definitely an easy way to start off. Think about what people are trying to get out of the situation, right? And I don't know, but I've been around a lot of people that know how to manipulate. So they say, how do they say? You gotta make things sound like it's what the other person wants. So that's kind of how it goes. So if someone's trying to like sell you something, basically, and they're making it sound pretty good to you, then just, maybe think, and it's not like that manipulation's always used in the worst way. It might be like, I don't know how to talk to you about this, and I'd rather not get a no, so let's just do this kind of thing. So, just putting it out there. It's not always like the craziest thing. Okay, 5 of Pentacles came out. It does say life is hard right now. Look around. Help is at hand. It's talking about these feelings of like insecure, hardship, or poverty, loss of money or position, toil, harshness, need, and lack of resources. 5 has to do with the energy of the unexpected, conflict, strife, and movement. That is an ambulance right there. So you might be like really looking for just a way out of poverty, essentially. I mean, almost everyone's born into poverty, so I mean, we're all really trying, I think. Yeah, that's all I'm getting right now is like you're on this mission because you are like, I'm not going back to that. So, alright, we have the King of Wands in reverse, which is represented through like fire energy for the King and for the Wand. So, and again, 5 has to do with energy of unexpected conflict and movement. This is talking about severity, intolerance, cruelty, stubborn, ruthless, and opinionated. So maybe you're dealing with someone with this, or the lack of resources you dealt with had you feeling this way, or I'm really kind of having, it's a little unclear to me. I just don't like being mean, you know? So I'm just saying, it seems like there was a lot of energy and it feels like you are going forth. You feel better right now, so you're going for it. But I do think with that horse in the first picture, the eyeball, it just looks so like worried for you. So I think, you know, kind of like the saying, like everything's safe in moderation. Kind of the same thing with like the speed in which you do things, like just, you know, slow down, make sure that you have the resources to do what you need to do, rest. Okay, so I got a few cards that came out. We have the Four of Swords, which is a Libra kind of energy. It says take time out and the answer will come. Then we have Seven of Swords, which has to do with Aquarius. Guard against deceit and concealment. So again, I think that Spirit's just telling you need to take time because there's something out there that is not telling you everything, and it would be of your best interest to know, or at least have that foresight of like, okay, let me kind of not watch my back, but ensure that I set myself up for success. Eight of Wands, eloquent, untrustworthy, insolent, theft, oppressive, dispute, jealousy, delays, and frustration. So yeah, it really feels like this also has to do with fire and Sagittarius, so you might be dealing with a fire sign or an air sign. I really hope this isn't happening to you, but you know, that's what these messages are for. They're kind of here just to make sure we double check in with ourselves. So yeah, that was a really interesting message. It wasn't like the funnest one, but again, I guess that's not what they're all for. So just let's end this off with the spirit animal oracle and see what kind of animal spirit we're taking with us today. Ooh, how pretty. We got the moth spirit, y'all. This is 39. It says surrender now. Moth spirit, how pretty is that? Gorgeous. Let's see what this has to tell us. And I think this will really seal the deal for us today. Alright, Moth Spirit, surrender now. Oracle message. Moth Spirit asks, what is guiding you right now? Are you in alignment with Spirit or pursuing something or someone with so much tenacity that it has become a compulsion or addiction? That might be the missing chunk right here. Are you so intoxicated by a potential relationship or opportunity you cannot think straight? Hard work and dedication are virtues, and love, of course, is a beautiful thing. However, when Moth Spirit appears, it's time to consider if you have gone over the edge in a relentless pursuit. Workaholism, overeating, perfectionism, or addiction to certainty, or even to a person may be your current vice. The form of your addiction does not matter so much as awareness of the consequences of remaining persistent with moderation is needed. Oh my gosh, I just said that. Okay. Let go of your excessive energy by channeling it in more than one direction. The fire burns hot, and you do not want to be engulfed by your passion to the exclusion of all your other pursuits that matter to you. Now is the time for your surrender and radical acceptance that your drive does not cause you to flee or flight. Spirit wants you to release your need for certainty and control so that you can relax into a more balanced way of using your moth spirit energy. Banish the shoulds and the musts so that you can enjoy what is as you allow for what might be. Okay. Protection message. Moth spirit can be intense, and honesty about your own compulsive tendencies is needed right now. It is too easy to switch from one addiction to another, distracting yourself from the discomfort of uncertainty and the thoughts and emotions that arise when you are not single-mindedly pursuing a goal. Moth spirit calls for you to practice moderation in all things and recognize when think you are headed. That's a weird word. That's a weird sentence, sorry. Moth spirit calls to you to practice moderation in all things and recognize when think you are headed toward the light but are really headed into a fire that will cause burnout. That is beautiful, and I think that's exactly what that horse is trying to warn us, is that we're headed towards burnout if we don't slow our roll. You're not a machine. Listen to Moth Spirit's message that a change is needed to support your well-being. Maybe deep down you know you have become too attached to something and someone. Let go of your need to control the outcome and allow yourself to remember that many ways you want to channel your energy to relationships, to work, to giving to others, to self-care, and to all other pursuits you value. Okay. Wow. Alright. All I have to say is this all came together. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, angels. Thank you, universe, source, all of that. Because I think that was a very important message, that you're probably driving yourself a little, or you're running yourself a little thin right now. You got a lot of air energy, and I'm close with a lot of air signs, and they can go and go and go and go and go and go and go. But sometimes their humanness pops out, and it's like, oh, I haven't slept good in a week, so maybe I can't keep going and going and going. So that's kind of the energy that I'm picking up right now. Just slowing down is good. It'll probably bring something out that Spirit is trying to get your attention on. So that's all I have for right now. I hope that this message was insightful in some way. Thank you for being patient with me as I read today and brought this message out, because it was a little bit confusing, a little bit blunt, I would say. But yeah, that's all. Okay, I'll be back. And I love you, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.